A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English. That's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everyone, and welcome to A+ English. I'm Pat.
Hello everyone, I'm Nikki.
Today we're talking about growing your own plants to eat in your garden. So let me ask you, Nikki, do you like to eat vegetables? If so, what are your favorites? And if not, why?
I would say I like vegetables, and my favorite vegetables are cabbage.
Okay.
And lettuce.
Okay, so the leafy ones.
Yes.
I like peppers quite a lot. Was it Qingjiao?
Oh,
would
yeah.
be if that's the right word. Do mushrooms count as vegetables?
I think so, yeah.
I love mushrooms.
But peppers, a lot of people don't like peppers.
No, I do, even the spicy ones. Also, does taro, uto, does that count as a vegetable?
Yes.
I never had that before I came to Taiwan, and I had it here, and I love it.
Really?
I wish I had had it before, because, yeah, I think it's a great vegetable.
I think it's just like potatoes.
It's just a bit sweeter. I don't know. I really like it. Anyway, so those are some of our vegetables that we like, but are any of these going to be featured in our article about growing our own food in our garden? Let's read through day 1 and find out.
Make a food garden with these easy plants. Warm-up question. Do you like to eat vegetables? If so, what are your favorites? If not, why?
We often buy herbs and vegetables at the store. However, you can also grow your own food. Let's see some great plants to grow and eat. Mint. Mint is tasty, and it's also very easy to take care of. It can live for a long time. Just plant it in a place with lots of sun. Mint leaves are great in drinks like juice and tea. Rosemary. Rosemary isn't hard to grow. It has a wonderful smell and doesn't need water every day. It grows well in warm places with some sun. You can add rosemary to foods like soup or meat. It adds a great taste to both.
Word power!
Plant. Plant. Can you take care of my plants when I go on my trip? They die easily without water. Can you take care of my plants when I go on my trip? They die easily without water. Plant. Plant. The government wants to plant more trees around the city. They help clean the air. The government wants to plant more trees around the city. They help clean the air. Live. Live. People can't live without food, water, and air. People can't live without food, water, and air. Sun. Sun. It's too cold in here. I'm going outside to get some sun. It's too cold in here. I'm going outside to get some sun. Taste.
Taste. The taste of this orange is sweet. It's delicious. The taste of this orange is sweet. It's delicious.
认识字汇
Herb. Tasty. Add A to B.
The article starts by saying, we often buy herbs and vegetables at the store. So this word herb can also be pronounced herb. Usually, if you are from the US, you won't pronounce the H, you'll say herb, and people from Britain, like myself, will pronounce the H and say herb. But an herb is any part of a plant that can be used to add flavor to other foods. Some have medicine, they're like medicine, you can use them to treat things. And it could be the leaf, the root, the seeds, any part of the plant can be used as an herb.
文章开头就说到，我们常常在商店里买香草、药草 herb， 还有蔬菜。那 as Pat just mentioned, herb 你可以有两种 pronunciation， 一种是 herb， 一种是 herb， 两种都是一样的。那我们常常可以用来说，它是用来当一种药，或者是可以用来当一种香料。
Next, the article says, however, you can also grow your own food.
那除了自己买之外，我们还可以自己动手种。
The article then says, let's see some great plants to grow and eat. So let's take a look at the word plant, P-L-A-N-T, plant, as it's very important to this article. It's a noun, and it's the first of today's word power words. A plant is something that grows out of the ground. It's alive, and it gets food and water from the ground and uses sunlight to make itself grow. Some plants can be very big, like trees, while others are very small. Here's an example. Can you take care of my plants when I go on my trip? They die easily without water. Can you take care of my plants when I go on my trip? They die easily without water.
Plant 在这里指的是名词植物，像是树啊、花啊、草啊，都是 plants。那它也可以当动词来用，意思是种植、栽种。For example, I planted a tree in the garden. 那例句就说，你可以在我去旅行的时候帮我照顾我的植物吗？它们没有水的话，很容易死。Okay, so what's our first plant?
It's mint.
Mint, 薄荷。And what do we learn about mint?
The article says, mint is tasty and it's also very easy to take care of. Something that's tasty is good to eat. The word means the same as yummy or delicious. You enjoy the flavors on your tongue or in your nose.
Tasty 是形容词，美味的、好吃的，也可以用来形容食物。另一个很像形容词的是 tasteful， 意思是雅致的、有品味的，比较不会用来被形容食物。
We also learn that it, mint, can live for a long time. Let's take a look at the word live, L-I-V-E, live. It's a verb and our next word power word. To live is to be alive, to eat food, grow, reproduce, and do other things. It can also just mean to exist. If you're not living, then you're dead. Here's an example. People can't live without food, water, and air. People can't live without food, water, and air.
Live 是活着或是生存，那它的名词就是生命 life, L-I-F-E。活着的相反就是死亡 die， 它是动词。那用来当形容词的时候，就是 Pat 老师说的 dead。那例句说，人没有食物、水及空气，便无法生存。
And we can add the preposition for after live and then follow that with a number or a measurement to show how long something can be alive. Like cats and dogs usually live for between 12 and 20 years.
Live 后面会加一个介系词 for， 可以接一段时间，用来表示活了多长的时间。像小猫小狗一般来说可以活12到20年。
Here are some more facts about mint. Just plant it in a place with lots of sun. So earlier we used the word plant as a noun. Here we're using it as a verb. It's spelled the same way, P-L-A-N-T, plant. So let's look at how we can use it as a verb. To plant something means to put it in the ground or in a pot or other special container in order that it will grow. For example, we could say, the government wants to plant more trees around the city. They help clean the air. The government wants to plant more trees around the city. They help clean the air.
这边就是前面提到的 plant 植物变成动词来用，当作种植。例句说，政府想要在城市中种更多的树，树会帮助净化空气。And so if you plant mint, do it in a place that gets lots of sun.
That's right. The word sun, S-U-N, sun is a noun, and our next word power word. Let's check it out. The sun is the star of our part of the sky. It's a big, hot ball of gas. We can also use the word like we are doing in today's article to mean sunlight and the heat from the sun. So we're saying put the mint plants where the sun will shine on them often and give them lots of light. So we could say, it's too cold in here. I'm going outside to get some sun. It's too cold in here. I'm going outside to get some sun.
If we're talking about the sun, 那就会是那颗太阳，只有一颗的那个太阳。但我们常常会用 sun 来泛指阳光，就是文章里面指涉的 sun。例句说，这里头太冷了，我要去外面晒点太阳。And what can we use mint for?
The article says mint leaves are great in drinks like juice and tea.
文章说到，薄荷叶可以加在果汁或茶。And what's our second plant for today?
It's rosemary.
Rosemary, 迷迭香，也是一种香料。What do we learn about it?
The article says rosemary isn't hard to grow.
那文章就说，迷迭香并不是很难种植。
We also see that it has a wonderful smell and doesn't need water every day. When we use every day with two words, it's an adverb of frequency, so it tells you how often something happens or should happen. Every day means once on each day, but with rosemary, you don't need to water it that often.
迷迭香有一种香味，而且不用每天浇水。这边的 every day 两个字分开的时候指的是时间副词，但如果连在一起的 every day 就是形容词，每天的、日常的，像我们常常会说的 everyday life 日常生活。那我们就先进 Magic Box 新讲师为我们讲解吧。
Magic Box 找亮点。
小兵我又回来了 How are you guys doing? 有没有想我呀 I think about you guys every day 我可是每天都想到你们各位哦你们有没有关心我呀最近啊我的个人推出的电影要上映哦哇是不是超级期待呢大家要记得去看哦如果可以的话 I hope you guys watch it every day 当然我希望你们每天都可以看一次哦那就真的是太棒了英文的每一天的说法就像你刚刚听到的 every day 同学们要特别注意 every 和 day 中间是有空格的哟在这边它是一个副词的词组哦表示每一天这样的时间那除了刚刚的两个例句把 every day 放在句尾至于句首句中也是没问题的哦I worked until 12 p.m. every day this week. 真的，我这礼拜每天都工作到12点。主人真的是好坏心哦。Every day I feel so tired. 唉，每天都快要累死了啦。巴拉嘟，主人，我讨厌你。好啦，那同样念作 every day， 还有另外一种写法呢是every 和 day 连起来的但不一样的是这时候变成了形容词哦 代表说每天的、日常的、平常的意思啦。This jumpsuit is my everyday outfit. 是的，大家都认得出我这身经典的装扮吧？这件吊带裤可是我的日常穿搭哦，穿它工作最方便了。认识我的人一定都知道 My everyday tasks include making and testing weapons for my boss. 我每天的工作包含了什么？包含了帮我老板制造测试这些武器哦。想一想，是不是真的很危险呢？所以你可以发现，身为形容词的 everyday 后面接的一定都是名词哦。everyday 作为副词和形容词的用法，同学们要分清楚哦。赶快试着套用到句子里面吧。拜拜，不拜。
Does rosemary need lots of sun too?
The article says it grows well in warm places with some sun.
那文章解释迷迭香在温暖的地方生长，并且需要一些阳光。How can we use rosemary?
The article says you can add rosemary to foods like soup or meat. If you add something to another thing, you already have the second thing and you put the first thing in it. Like you add sugar to tea, but you don't add tea to sugar.
Add something to something 就是把一个东西加到另一个东西里面，像是我们会说 add sugar to tea 是把糖加进茶里面。
The article finishes by saying it adds a great taste to both. Here we're using the word taste, T-A-S-T-E, taste as a noun. Let's find out what it means in our final word power word section for today. The taste of something is the way our brains experience the flavor of the food, and it does this through the special parts of our nose and mouth. Something could have a sweet taste, a salty taste, a sour taste, and so on. Many foods have a mixture of tastes, so we can say something has a good taste, which means we enjoy eating it, or a bad taste, in which case it's not nice to eat at all. Here's another example. The taste of this orange is sweet. It's delicious. The taste of this orange is sweet. It's delicious.
The taste of something 就是一个东西的味道，它的 flavor， 所以可以是甜的、咸的，甚至我们说一个东西很难吃的时候，就是 a thing has a bad taste。相反来说，好吃的就是 has a good taste. This thing is tasty. 那例句说，这颗柳橙有甜甜的风味，好好吃。
So that brings us to the end of the first day of the article. We've looked at 2 different plants. We're going to look at 2 more plants tomorrow, but for now, let's go to our review time activity.
Wait for it. It's review time. 复习时间到喽。
Okay, so we've got 4 word power words in today's article, and all of them can be used in 2 different ways. So we'll review them and mention the other meaning. We already looked at how we can use plant as a noun and also as a verb. So plant as a noun is the actual thing, the green growing thing. But what about if we use it as a verb?
Then that means we plant a plant, 就是我们用动词种植的意思。
Yeah, we put it in the ground. So the last of our word power words was taste, and we used it as a noun. And as a noun, it's the flavor that something has, a sweet taste, a bad taste. But what if we use taste as a verb?
Then that means the action of tasting something, to eat something, and it's like...
Yeah, to kind of see, like, what is this good? Is this bad? What flavor does it have? Now, the next word power word we're going to look at is sun, and we sort of kind of mentioned this as it's got 2 meanings. Nikki said the sun is the star, and we can use the word sun also to mean it's light.
Sunlight.
Yeah, sunlight, the heat from the sun. But we can use sun as a verb. So what would it mean if we did this? If we were going to say, oh, I'm going to sun myself.
Then that means you want to get tanned?
Yeah, basically, it means you go and sit in the sun to enjoy its light and enjoy its heat. All right, so the last word power word we're going to look at today was live. Live. It's a verb, live. And I confused myself there. To live, as we know, is to be alive, to do the normal things you do when you are a living person. But if you make it an adjective and change it to live, that means something quite different.
那意思就是说，像是现场的，像 live concerts, live news or something like that.
Yeah, it means it's actually happening right in front of you. If you listen to a band live, you're not listening to their CD or their track on the radio. You're watching them play. You're hearing them sing and play their instruments. Nikki mentioned live news, which means it's happening right now. That you're not watching something that happened earlier. This is happening pretty much at the same moment, or maybe only a few seconds later than what the time is. Live sports is another one. You watch live sports on TV, which means the game is happening right now. It's not a game that was happening earlier and the TV company recorded it to play later. So that is our 4 word power words for today. And it's all the time we've got. But join us again tomorrow and we're going to look at some more examples of plants we can grow in a food garden. Join us then. Bye for now.
Bye.
Make a food garden with these easy plants. Warm-up question. Do you like to eat vegetables? If so, what are your favorites? If not, why?
We often buy herbs and vegetables at the store. However, you can also grow your own food. Let's see some great plants to grow and eat. Mint. Mint is tasty, and it's also very easy to take care of. It can live for a long time. Just plant it in a place with lots of sun. Mint leaves are great in drinks like juice and tea. Rosemary. Rosemary isn't hard to grow. It has a wonderful smell and doesn't need water every day. It grows well in warm places with some sun. You can add rosemary to foods like soup or meat. It adds a great taste to both.
Plant. Plant. Can you take care of my plants when I go on my trip? They die easily without water. Can you take care of my plants when I go on my trip? They die easily without water. Plant. Plant. The government wants to plant more trees around the city. They help clean the air. The government wants to plant more trees around the city. They help clean the air. Live. Live. People can't live without food, water, and air. People can't live without food, water, and air. Sun. Sun. It's too cold in here. I'm going outside to get some sun. It's too cold in here. I'm going outside to get some sun. Taste. Taste. The taste of this orange is sweet. It's delicious. The taste of this orange is sweet. It's delicious.
认识字汇
Herb. Tasty. Add A to B.